All right, one of my biggest challenges in this never-ending winter landscape, of which we got a whole bunch more snow yesterday, is trying to keep this barn clean. I don't have enough bedding. I don't live someplace where bedding is readily available. So I've been trying different things. I put down about $500 worth of sand the other day, trying to help control the moisture and to give the cows additional bedding. And I'm just not sure if that's economical. Nothing here is economical. I just got the heat finally turned on in my floor. That was triple what it was supposed to be. I just about shit myself when I got the final bill. I won't even tell you what it cost because I'm never ever gonna get that money back out of beef, but it's done now. So I turned it on yesterday. It's now been on about 24 hours, and a couple of things are very interesting to me. First, this is steaming again a lot. I try to turn the barn over at least once a day, but recently it has not been steaming. Secondly, I think a lot of the steam is coming from the floor, and the smell of ammonia in the barn right now is almost overwhelming. I was having a hard time breathing earlier. That has not been an issue so far. So is what's happening maybe that when the cows urinate, that it trickles down to the floor, and now that the floor is warm enough that it's evaporating off? I'm not sure, but there's definitely a lot more composting action here. I can tell you that it's extremely nice to be able to go and scrape the edges clean and to be able to scrape up through the door, because yesterday before I turned it on, this was completely frozen. I mean, it looked like that. I mean, it was just, there was no way I was ever gonna clean it. And this is great to be able to go in along the guardrail, get 98% of it out, and then put the rest in the skid steer, especially these frozen chunks, which I'll just throw in the compost pile. So, I mean, I just don't know what to do here. Should I scrape all of this out and just put down a very small amount of bedding and try to keep the concrete floor on for the cows so they're not lying on cold concrete? I don't know how economical that is because I haven't got my first gas bill yet. But this stuff here is very warm. Shouldn't I let the compost do its job and keep the cows warm? But it's also incredibly mucky, and if I don't turn it over once a day, which takes hours in the skid steer, it becomes really wet. And the one thing I know about cows is they don't like laying on wet bedding. And I just don't have enough bedding to just put down new bedding every day. I have to save the tiny bit that I have for calving season when I have 75 calves. So, you know, if this was a place where I could go buy round bales of straw or something, that would be one thing, but that's just not reality in this part of Alaska. So I do have some ideas for next year, which doesn't do me any good now with 15,000 feet of snow on the ground and the dark all the time. But I am struggling with this, and I'm doing the best I can to keep my cows healthy and happy, but I work on it every day, and I'm gonna keep coming up with some solutions here. For now, what I'm gonna do is scrape all this into a pile and then let the floor evaporate, and hopefully the smell of ammonia leaves, and I can put this back. I am gonna put some lime in with this stuff and see what happens here, because I've read that lime will help kill the ammonia smell. So I don't know, I'm just learning as I go, man.